94.3 The Dude is very grateful to our men and women in uniform. We're proud to recognize local members of our military by turning the spotlight on them right now in our Soldier Salute.
Thank you to the General's Hot Sauce for providing their triple threat 3-pack of sauce to this week's featured soldier. Veteran-owned, South Carolina grown. GeneralsHotSauce.com. I'm your host, Ethan James, and today we have a special guest who has just recently graduated from United States Navy boot camp. United States Navy Seaman Recruit Jordan Daniel Holden. Jordan, thanks so much for being on the call-in with me today. Thanks so much for your service. Congratulations on graduating United States Naval Boot Camp. Tell me a little bit about yourself and why you decided to originally join the United States Navy.
I'm originally from Inman, South Carolina. Obviously, with my dad being in the Army, we moved around a lot. I'm kind of from a lot of different places.
Kind of like a mutt, right?
Yeah, that was an interesting experience growing up, moving to all kinds of different places.
Looking back on that move, moving from place to place, looking back on it now as an older guy yourself, did you enjoy it? Was it a good thing for you?
I enjoyed it. I think at the time, maybe when I was a little younger, I didn't like moving around so much because, moving to a new place, always being the new kid, having to make new friends and leaving them and repeating the process over again. I think it was interesting, too, and there was some good parts about it because, I got to branch out and see new places, do different things that not a lot of people get the chance to do, so it was a good thing, too.
Jordan, thanks so much for being on the call-in with me today. Tell me a little bit more about the reasons why you decided to join the Navy. I know you talked to me earlier about how your dad, Daniel Holden, who's a past guest of the Soldier Salute, his service kind of nudged you towards that. But tell me in your own words why you decided to join the Navy.
So originally, I had always told myself I wasn't going to join the military just because, with my dad being in, I had been around that life, and I figured I was done with it. But, he retired, we moved back home, and I kind of started just working, jumping from job to job. I don't know, I couldn't find anything that I really enjoyed doing and that I could, dedicate my time to. Looking around at the people I worked with, I don't know, I felt like not a lot of them were happy with what they were doing or where they were at in life. I always kept it in the back of my mind the military was an option. One day I was at work. Like I said, I looked around at the people I was working with, and I just wasn't happy. So I actually texted my dad one day while I was at work and told him, hey, I want to go talk to a recruiter. So I got off work that day, went and talked to a recruiter. Once I decided I was going to go into the military, I was dead set on joining the Army. My dad he talked to me and pretty much told me, you might as well branch out, talk to the other recruiters, see what fits best for you. You don't need to do the Army just because I did it.
It's a good dad.
It was completely my choice. I didn't see myself going down a very good road. I wasn't on a good path. I think that's ultimately what pushed me in that direction. Seeing what my dad had and seeing all that he had accomplished and where it got him, I felt like that's somewhere I wanted to be at.
Jordan, thanks so much again for being on the call-in with me today. Your dad is there, Daniel Holden, a past Soldier Salute guest. Daniel, I got a question for you. It's got to be just a really, really proud moment to see your son take the same path as you and decide, the United States military is something that I want to do. I want to serve. I want to be a part of that.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't be prouder. And just knowing that part of our family's tradition, I believe, I feel like, is service to this nation. My dad's a Vietnam vet. My uncle's also a Vietnam vet. And kind of like Jordan, I never thought I would join. But as I got older, I ended up deciding that I wanted to try that. And then to see him to kind of carry on that legacy and keep our name in the armed services and in the defense of this nation, I couldn't be prouder of him.
You seem like you're a really good father, right? You didn't push your son into the United States Army like you. You told him to go out and be his own man and make his own decision. Jordan, what was that like coming from your dad, hearing, no, you need to go make your own decision. You need to go choose your own path. Don't do something just because I did it.
It was a good feeling, obviously. He didn't try to push me in the direction he went in just because he thought that's what I needed to do. He kind of, like I said, told me it was completely my decision, put the ball in my court, and just let me run with it. Told me he'll be proud of me regardless of what I do, and I knew that.
Thank you to Resource Financial Services for providing an Orca tumbler for this week's featured soldier. Proud to offer military personnel 0 lender fee mortgages. ResourceVALoans.com. Jordan, thanks so much for being on the call-in with me today. Thanks so much for your service. Congratulations again on graduating from the United States Navy boot camp. You'd never been through something so mentally and physically grueling. It was a first-time experience for you.
It was a crazy experience. Obviously, just leaving home, leaving everything I knew behind and going to a new place. You know, I was kind of, it's like the fear of the unknown, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, going there and actually arriving and seeing what I was getting myself into, and I didn't fully know what I was getting myself into yet. It was crazy. It was fun. You know, it had its ups and downs. And being away from family and being away from my wife and being in a whole new place, whole new environment, it was a crazy experience.
Daniel Holden,
Yes, sir.
still on the phone call with us. Your son came home from boot camp. I mean, have you seen this huge change in him?
Oh, man, you're going to be choked up on this one. So I'd say for me, I mean, the change in him coming home was, I mean, obviously I saw, you know, he had matured more. It kind of got to the point to where, like, I was telling him actually just the other day, you know, the things I see him do, we don't have to remind him anymore, hey, pay your car payment or pay your insurance and stuff like that. He's a grown man. He does it all, and we don't have to say nothing to him. But it's definitely made our relationship to a point to where now it's more of a friendship. And, you know, I don't have to ride down on him or tell him do this, do that. He does it all on his own. I mean, I watch him pick up after himself or take out the trash, things that we just have to get on him about. Him becoming more mature and, you know, just becoming a man. Not that he wasn't a man before, but seeing the change and the things that, the way he was living his lifestyle.
Right.
And that now that we're able to be friends and hang out and have fun.
Jordan, you joined the military, you told me earlier, for the same reason that a lot of people join the military for. They decided that they were going down a path in their life that they weren't proud of, that they didn't like, and that they didn't want to see themselves continue down. Coming back from boot camp and thinking back to that path that you were going down, do you have just a ton of pride in yourself and your accomplishments?
Yeah, I do actually, because to me personally, I just feel like it's not an easy thing that a lot of people can just do. You know, a lot of people can talk about it and say they want to do this and that, but to actually go out and do it is a whole nother thing. And I feel I'm proud of myself just for being able to look at my surroundings and come to that realization that I wasn't proud of where I was going and I wasn't happy with what I was doing, and I actually put in the effort to take that step forward and, you know, better myself. And like I said, not a lot of people can do that, and I take pride in the fact that I was able to do it.
Jordan, you mentioned me earlier that you're married, right? You were going down this path that you weren't a big fan of. You decided to join the military. How much of a factor was your family and your wife in that decision that you made to go and join the military?
They were a big factor, actually. Like I said, my parents, once I decided that that's what I wanted to do, they were completely 100% supportive of it. They didn't try to force it on me or anything. They wanted me to do what I felt was best and make the decision that I wanted to make. And my wife, it was the same for her. She pretty much, once I brought up the idea to her, she was 100% with it and ready to go with it. She saw that it was something that I really wanted to do and that I had my mind set on. And like I said, she was 100% supportive of it, and I think that she was a big part of it too, me making that decision and wanting to give myself and her better.
Right. What do you see for y'all's future? You might get the opportunity to travel the world, you know? You guys might get to go out to California in your duty station or up to New York or all kinds of places all over the world.
I see a lot of positives in the future. I see a lot of new experiences, see a lot of good things in our future.
Jordan, being a kid and being moved around a lot, your father being a United States Army veteran, you must have found it kind of confusing, the bond, the brotherhood, the pride that we share as service members for signing on the dotted line. It must be really cool to finally understand that for yourself.
Being in the military, and like you said before, a lot of our family have been in the military. I always had a respect for the military, but after joining now and even just being in this short amount of time, I feel like it's opened my eyes a lot more to what people from every branch, just some of the things that they deal with and the things they have to go through. Just living that lifestyle, I feel like I've gained an even bigger respect for it.
A lot of people listening. A lot of people might be in similar situations that you were once in, right? Going down a road that they don't really like, that they're not proud of, and they might want to make a change. What's some advice that you have for them in looking at the military?
I would just say that sit down and do your research. You know, go out, talk to some recruiters. If you decide that it's what you really want to do, I would say go for it. Me personally, I don't regret making that decision at all. I'm glad I did it. I wouldn't change it. You know, talk to the people around you, see how they feel about it. Because, I mean, it's a decision that's going to affect you and the people around you. If it's the decision that you come to and you decide that that's what you want to do, I would say go for it. Don't look back.
Thanks for joining us in our Soldier Salute, presented by Little Pigs Barbecue, serving Columbia since 1963 with that bodacious buffet. And Palmetto State Armory, American made for life. And Franklin Equipment, rent, buy, rely. And Atkins Law Firm Workers' Comp Attorneys, who you hire matters.